Alright, so we're slowly starting to get the car ready for paint. Went ahead and already fixed a little bit of a dent on the quarter panel on this side. There's a little bit of one I need to fix over here too. But we're going to start getting the bumper off, and then we're going to have to get, of course, all the trim off the car. So we've got to get the spoilers, window trim, door trim, mirrors, handles, everything off the front. Compared to some cars, I guess this isn't so bad. It's still a good bit of stuff. I think hopefully we'll be able to get away with just taking the trim off around the back window. These, I think we'll probably have to take the quarter windows out. I'm not going to take the doors off. It's getting painted the same color. Not going to worry about that. Of course, all this will have to come off. I haven't swapped that fender. Still not sure. This depends. Maybe I'll take this fender off too, but probably not. Because, I mean, around here, I mean, this is still, good clear coat. The paint's on good. I don't need to worry about sanding it down or anything underneath the edge. So, I think I'll be able to do that okay. That'll come off, though. And hood, I don't know, might have to take the hood off, or might be able just to sand under the lip of it, where there is a little bit of peeling. Oh, yeah, there's a little bit of peeling up there, but it's honestly not too bad. We'll have to do a lot of filling in these spots where it's down to metal, though. And anyway, I mean, it's a lot of work, but I don't think it's going to be terrible. Yeah, so I guess we'll get on next, probably take the bumper off. Alright, well, we got the back end sort of taken apart. I wound up getting chased in by storms last night, and it was hot anyway. So, took the hatch apart some more to get the spoiler off. Guess we'll have to... I guess all those need to be pulled off. But, fortunately, no major rust or anything along here, just dirty. So, that's off. Getting these bolts for the bumper on this side was a pain because of the gas tank filler being in there. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Having to look through here and reach back around it was a pain. So anyway, got a little bit more trim to take off back here and the seal around this lock. Honestly, might be lazy, and I'm probably just going to mask off around the wiper spindles because I don't need to paint those there because it'll be covered by the spoiler. So, guess we'll get that out. Gotta see how complicated removing this window's gonna be, because I want to not damage the seal, because the seals are expensive and they're not. Well, this one's available new, that one ain't on the other side. So, gotta get that off and gotta clean up all this mess, of course. And then maybe we'll move our way forward. Anyways, hopefully there isn't an imminent disaster here, but by using a couple plastic pry tools, I managed to just get under the seal there and got a big zip tie through. So hopefully I can use that to sort of work the window out. Well, fortunately that worked out. It was kind of tough because in some places there's this butyl sealant that was being tough, so it was kind of having to saw it with a zip tie, especially in this corner. So we'll probably have to put some new sealant down there, but at least the seal seems like it's more or less in good shape, so we can reuse it. So anyway, I guess we'll probably vacuum some of this dust out, and then we'll get on to the next side. Alright, so yesterday I went ahead and pulled the front bumper off. I didn't manage to film it because honestly it's a pain and there's really no way that you can see what's going on in there. But there's these bolts, go the whole way around the fender, and then there's two bolts at the bottom, and in my case a zip tie or two holding the grill on. But I mean, it's just a contortion act trying to reach up around there and get it out. It's a pain. especially this inner one here, which, to be completely honest, I'd left off from the last time, because there's like no way to get your hand in there to get it started. So, anyway, that's back off now. I think I set it outside. So now we're going to move on to the mirrors, which hopefully are going to be a bit easier to do. So, went ahead and just popped the glass off. Just has those 3 little prongs on the back and the wires for the heat. So popped it off. Got to take off the bolts that are through those holes, and then hopefully can get the mirror pulled out of it. And then got to that's something I honestly think is stupid. You have to depin the wiring harness to pull it through the hole, and then you take that screw off there and pull the thing off. I think it's nuts that they couldn't have, a clip or a connector or something inside the door that you could pull off, but apparently they didn't think of that. So anyway, we'll go ahead and get that off, and then I guess we're going to take the door panel off inside anyway, because we're going to have to get at least that little piece of trim off around the lock cylinder, which probably means the whole cylinder and the door handle. Then got to get this trim off and the sunroof. Then the washer nozzle. So yeah, still more to do for sure, but we're getting there. Well, geez, I think I had enough spiders in here to film a goddamn documentary about them. Anyway, yeah. See, round barrel connector. Probably ain't gonna fit through there. Did manage to deepen the connector and get the mirrors off, which this side is unmolested. The other side, when we go over there, apparently someone had the mirror off before and cut the wires like an ape instead of depinning it. Granted, it's a stupid design, but still. Anyway, got the sunroof pulled out, got that masked off, went ahead and sanded all the rust around the edge of the sunroof. I was going to spray some etching primer on it, but it's kind of wet. So, came over here and took the door panel off so that hopefully I can get in here. I need to figure out how, and get the block and the handle off. And then I need to get the seal off the door and the trim around the window. So if I get that off, just need to take the badge and the washer nozzles off the hood, and then I think it's just a matter of finishing up a little bit more body work. Need to do that. Need to fix that. Need to fix the bumper cover, but that can be done. That'll be done separately. And then I just need to go around and, sand all the little places where paint's bubbling, where there's chips. Need to level out all that with some glaze and sanding. So, it seems like it's sort of coming together. I'm hoping that tomorrow I can take care of all this stuff, get in all the chips and everything filled. Hoping I can do that. Now, I know it's a little dark now, but the car is more or less all apart. The only things I have to take apart still is the washer nozzles and the badge. But otherwise, everything else should be off of it. Window trims are all off. The seals are out of the doors. So I have to tape that up, of course. The handles are off. And the lock mechanism's not off, but it's out. So I was planning to completely remove it, but what I found out was that taking out the screw there in the jamb lets it have enough movement that you can actually pull it out and away from the door. So I don't have to monkey with the actual mechanism in there. I was just able to slide it out enough, leave it all attached to all that, and mask it off. And I'll be able to, get in there with the scouring pad, scuff that up, and I'll be able to shoot in there. So, did the same thing over there on the other side. Everything's all apart, and the sunroof and these windows are masked. Trust me, I still have to do all the prep work on the body for the most part. I did a little bit of where it was rustier on the sunroof, and then just shot a little bit of primer on it just to protect it overnight. But So like I said, hopefully tomorrow can clean up everything, like all these chips and stuff, and sand the fenders, get everything nice and smooth, get all the filler applied, to smooth out all the areas where, clear's starting to peel. Maybe my ridiculous scheme of having this done this weekend ain't too far off base. The car is all masked off, primed, and prepped. So I've gone ahead and I've hit a couple areas where it was down to metal from sanding and fixing, peeling paint. So that's all etched. So I guess now we are going to start loading up the gun with the regular primer and go ahead and spray it.